Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Greeting to all my wonderful students and parents. India is a rich mine of culture that has evolved through thousands of years and is manifested in the form of arts, literature, traditions, linguistic expressions, artifacts, heritage sites and much more. Millions of people from all over the world participate in, enjoy and benefit from this cultural wealth by visiting India for tourism, purchasing Indian handicrafts, appreciating Indian classical literature, practicing yoga and meditation, being inspired by Indian philosophy and enjoying India's diverse music and art. It is this culture and natural wealth that truly make India incredible India. This is the India that the founder principal of Vidyaniketan Public School, Srimati Prema Rajagopal, always wanted the children to grow up in. With a certain belief, she conceptualized the initiative India Insight. Her thought into this project was straightforward. Her passion and enthusiasm were to instill the spirit of India in children by creating awareness of our beautiful country's history, tradition and ethos. The preservation and promotion of India's cultural wealth must be given high priority. Cultural awareness is one of the major components in the development of children because it is only through the development of strong sense and knowledge of their own cultural history, arts, languages and traditions that children can build a positive cultural identity, self-esteem and appreciate other cultures and identities. It is heartening to witness the number of initiatives by the Government of India like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years of progressive India and its glorious history, people, culture and achievements. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India to materialize the Prime Minister's vision of igniting India 2.0 fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is also encouraging to see initiatives like this being strongly promoted in the new education policy with a number of other programs to foster languages, art and culture in schools. Ek Bharat Shreshth Bharat being one of them. More than 100 destinations have been identified as a part of this project where educational institutions may send their students to study their social, political and cultural history and also their contributions to modern science. India Insight, an amazing rendezvous which started in 2004, is diversifying this year by providing various platforms for debating and painting. It goes without saying that these events will take you closer to the heart and soul of our country. The reason why children should participate in India Inside is loud and clear. But don't forget, what is equally important is how you contribute continually, consciously and work towards making a Shrestha Bharat a reality. So I hope all of you will participate in the events with enthusiasm and feel and understand the cultural heritage of our country. Thank you.
Before we progress any further, let us introduce you to your host, the young and charismatic Rashmi Furtado. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal, she went on to become the only professional woman quiz host across Asia that she presently is. The co-founder of teachertribe.world, she has many a feather in her large hat. From co-hosting Tata Crucible to being the first woman to host a quiz show in Kuwait, she's also hosted programs in Singapore and Dubai. Business World rated her as 40 under 40 for content creators. She was also conferred the iconic woman for creating a better world for all from the Women Economic Forum. Time for us to get started. Please welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the third semi-final of the India Inside Quiz Senior category, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. India Inside started as a quiz many years ago, but has now grown to be a quiz along with a debate and a drawing contest. And what a wonderful year for this growth, being India's 75 years of Indian independence and 35 years of Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. What a wonderful year for the growth to happen. Today we have semi-finalists with us, all of them joining from different parts of the world for the third semi-final. The contest has gone global and we will be having a world finale after all the semi-finals. For now, let me introduce our semi-finalists to you and then get into the rules of the game. Our first semi-finalist for the day is Adrika Rahut from Indian School Alsib, Muscat. Following Adrika is Johan Premjit from the Indian Community School, Kuwait. Up next is Gia Maria from Noble International School, Qatar. And completing the lineup for us is Jayavant from Birla Public School, Qatar. Let me quickly go through the rules of the game. 16 questions is what I have for you. All the 16 questions are on the buzzers. Plus 75 if you get it right, minus 75 if you get it wrong. Single attempt per question only, multiple attempts are not allowed. Once your name appears on the buzzer, I will call out your name and you have 5 seconds of time to immediately unmute yourself and give me the answer. You're not allowed to press the buzzer and then take your own time to think about the answer, because you would be blocking the question if you do so, and that is not allowed. Once I ask a question, I will wait for about 5 seconds for one of you to press the buzzer. If none of you does so, then I will move into the next question and the previous question would be invalid. The first round consists of 12 questions. All the 12 questions are visuals. I have corresponding questions to go along with the visuals. However, if you press the buzzer while I'm still reading out the question, I will stop reading the question because you are indicating to me that you already know the answer. Good luck to all of you. Remember, only the winner from this semi-final will make it through to the world final. The rest of the rules have been explained to them in detail, so let's get into the semi-final here today. The first round of our semi-final, celebrating India. Here we go. Question number 1 of this round coming up on your screen. Here we go. This was a tribute for whom by Amul? Jia, go ahead.
Bappi Lahiri.
Bappi Lahiri, the composer and record producer of our country, a famous composer, giving Jia her plus 75. Beautiful answer by Jia there. Moving on to the second question of this round coming up on your screen. Here you go. Identify the minister of our country. He is the Minister for Education in India. It's important for me to say in India, considering all our contestants are global contestants. Alright, 5 seconds of time is up. No one is going on the buzzer for this one. The answer I was going for is Dharmendra Pradhan. Dharmendra Pradhan is not only the Minister for Education, he also heads the skill development and the entrepreneurship genre as well. Dharmendra Pradhan, the answer I was looking for. Question number 3, here we go. Whose logo is this? Johan, go ahead.
Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Plus 75 to you, absolutely right. The reason to ask a question like Kotak in this quiz is because it's an Indian financial conglomerate, also belonging to the heritage of our country. Kotak giving Johan that plus 75. Moving on, question number 4, here we go. Who is this famous businessman? Famous businessman. Alright, 5 seconds of time is up. No one going on this one. Finalists, the reason I'm smiling is because there was a huge clue from the third question to this one. The answer I was looking for is Anand Mahindra. He's Anand Mahindra, the chairman of the Mahindra Group. Alright, let's move on to question number 5 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Which football club in India is this? Football club in India, which one? Okay, no one going on this one either. The time's up. Answer I was looking for is the Jamshedpur Football Club, or better known as JFC in our country. Moving on to question number 6 on your screen. Whose words are these? Dream is not... Adrika, go ahead.
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Plus 75 to you. Absolutely right. Dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. Beautiful words by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam there, giving Adrika the plus 75. We have completed 6 questions of this round. Let me quickly tell you where our contestants stand and then move into the next part of our quiz. Scores as of now, we have Jia, Adrika and Johan all on plus 75. Jayavant is yet to score, but we've only completed 6 questions, many more questions to go. Too soon to comment on who will make it through. Remember, only one person, the winner, will qualify to the world finale. Let's move on to question number 7 coming up on your screen. The Raja Bhai Tower is a clock tower in which city of India? Clock tower in which city of our country? A famous, well-known city of our country. Alright, time is up. No one is going on the buzzer on this one. The answer I was looking for is Mumbai. You will find this clock tower in Mumbai. This tower was actually designed by an English architect, and it was designed after Big Ben or Elizabeth Tower now. So that is why if you see there are some amount of similarities between this clock tower and the Big Ben. Alright, moving on to question number 8. Here we go. Who is this famous businessman of our country or leader of our country? Heads a very important group from India. Alright, no one going on this one either. I expected a quick buzz. He is N. Chandrasekharan, who is the chairman of the Tata Group or Tata Sons. Hence, I said he heads a very important group from our country, and I had already mentioned he is a businessman or a business leader from our country. No one going on the buzzer. I think they are getting a little bogged down by the negatives. Alright, let's move on to question number 9. Here we go. Who authored this book? What Young India Wants? Jia, go ahead.
Gandhiji.
Oh, taking a negative on this one is Jia. The answer I was looking for is Chetan Bhagat. Chetan Bhagat is the one who wrote this book, What Young India Wants. Alright, let's move on to question number 10. Coming up, here we go. Who is this man who created something amazing for children of our country? Think comics. That's a huge clue. Alright, no one going on this one. You can even give me the name of the comics if you don't know him. I will still give you your points. Alright, time's up. I waited long enough. The answer I was looking for is Uncle Pai. He is the one who created the Amar Chitrakatha series and also Tinkle. So when I said comics, and when you say comics from our country, the most famous one would be Amar Chitrakatha. I think finalists, don't get stressed out so much. I'm giving you a lot of clues. You should be able to deduce the answer from the clues that I'm giving you. Don't get so stressed. I think you're like getting bogged down way too much by the negatives. Let's move on to question number 11. Here we go. Which inspiring movie was this? A movie? Inspiring movie. All right. No one going on this one either. I'm not telling it's very new, but it's not that old either. All right, time is up. The answer I was looking for is Rang De Basanti. Rang De Basanti is the movie I was looking for. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch. It's a very nice movie to watch. Let's move on to question number 12. The last question in this round coming up on your screen. Here we go. Which famous, who is this? All right, even before I could go on the question, Jia, go ahead.
He is the Tamil poet named Thiruvalluvar.
All right, my question was, for which person or famous person is this statue dedicated to? Thiruvalluvar, the answer I was looking for, plus 75 to Jia. She's absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed one round of this quiz. Scores are still the same. Jia, Adrika and Johan are all on plus 75. Jia did take a negative there in between, but she quickly made it up with another right answer. So she's back on 75 there. Time to move on to the next round of our quiz. India on your fingertips. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the third semi-final of the India Inside Quiz, the senior category, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. In this round, nothing is going to appear on your screen. You have 4 questions and I will be reading out these questions for you. All the rules are the same, they do not change. However, be very careful on when you choose to press the buzzer because nothing appears on your screen, and when you press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question, okay? So be very careful on when you decide to press your buzzer. The scoring pattern also remains the same. 4 more questions, only the winner makes it through. Let's see what happens. The first question of this round, here we go. Tropic of Cancer does not pass through which of the following Indian states? Odisha or Jharkhand? Jia, go ahead.
Odisha.
Plus 75 to you, absolutely right. Odisha is the answer I was looking for. Let's move on to question number 2. Which High Court has jurisdiction over the Union Territory of Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Your options, Madras High Court or Calcutta High Court. Madras High Court or Calcutta High Court. All right. Oh, just as I was going to say, time's up. Jaivan, go ahead.
Calcutta High Court.
Plus 75 to you, absolutely right. Calcutta High Court is in fact the oldest High Court of our country, and that is the High Court that has jurisdiction over Andaman and Nicobar Islands. 2 more questions remaining in this quiz. The penultimate question, here we go. Where is Survey of India India's central engineering agency in charge of mapping and surveying headquartered? Your options are Bengaluru or Dehradun. Alright, no one is going on the buzzer. Time is up. The answer I was looking for is Dehradun. Dehradun would have given one of you a plus 75. One more question remaining. Let me tell you the scores at this point in time. Jia got another plus 75 and she's now on 150 points. She's leading this quiz. Adrika, Johan and Jayant are all on 75 points. Now if one of them get the next question or the last question right, then they are forcing a tiebreaker. Else, Jia makes it through. Unless of course she decides to take a negative on the last one and then she forces a 4-way tiebreaker. But let's see what happens. The last question of this semi-final, here we go. Which agency has the sole responsibility of protecting the Prime Minister of India? Your options, CRPF, which is the Central Reserve Police Force, or SPG, which is the Special Protection Group. Jia, go ahead.
SPG.
SPG, the Special Protection Group, giving Jia a plus 75. She's absolutely right. And with that right answer, Jia has moved into a score of 225 points and she has won this semi-final, making it through to the world final. The rest of them, Adrika, Johan and Jayant, are all on 75 points. If one of them had answered even 1 or 2 more questions, they would have given Jia the run for her money. Jia, very well played. She took a negative in between, but she was able to get back into the game and win the semi-final, securing that slot in the world finale. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the 3rd semi-final of the India Inside Quiz, the senior category. Don't go anywhere. There's one more semi-final remaining in this category. We have to identify the last finalist for that big world finale that's coming up. So you stay tuned and I will see you in the last semi-final. You take care.